All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in the house, you guys. Welcome to the show. It's a beautiful day to get it popping. Welcome to the show, you guys. I am KTJ. I am a dating relationship coach, and I get into it on this show. Come on in, y'all. Let's get it popping. Let's get it going. Today, we got a great show. He can't stop thinking about you if you do this. 5 ways to make it impossible for a man to get a man off your mind. And so this is going to be a good show. It's going to be a fun show. And I got some breakdown. I got my own list, but I got something I found online, and I want you guys to. I want to hear your opinions on my findings, and we're going to enjoy the show together. So come on in. Let us know. Let me know where you guys are watching the show from. I'm here in Atlanta, and this is where we make it happen. So we're going to just go ahead and get into it. But shoot me your place where you are. I want to know where my people are watching the show from as we get it popping. So let's talk about it. This conversation came to me because we were having I had a session with a client today, and in this session that I had with the client today, we had this conversation. You know, I have a client when I'm dealing with a client, and she's serious about finding a mate, for her, she's serious about finding a husband, finding the right man for her life. I just gave up the game. I gave her my experience of working with men for 17 years in the social work, in the church, in the fraternity. I just always working with men, and I shared my thoughts, and she loved it, and it's working for her. So I said, you know what? Let me come on and show, and let's share the thoughts on the show. All right. So today we're talking about it. We got 5 ways to make it impossible to get a man off her mind. I hear a lot of off his mind. I hear a lot of women talking about feeling like, a guy will be, look, everything's going well. There's a lot of conversation going on back and forth, texting, talking, phone calls, all of that. And all of a sudden, nothing. All of a sudden, there's no conversation. All of a sudden, there's no phone calls. There's no invitations to go out. There's nothing all of a sudden. And you trying to figure out, like, what just happened? Right. And one of the things I'll just jump out and tell you, one of the things that has just happened is the guy has lost interest. For whatever reason, the guy has lost interest. And so, that can be pretty hurtful when you're trying to build something with somebody and they lose interest, right? And so I'm going to break down. I got 5 keys, 5 signs, 5 ways to make it impossible, right? For this guy to stop. Listen, have you ever been in a relationship or with somebody and you couldn't stop thinking about them? You wake up in the morning and they're on your mind. You wake up you go to bed at night and they're on your mind. Look, I need somebody to shout me out. Look, if this has ever happened to you, say that's me. Type it down below. Say that's me. Have you ever experienced that kind of thing where the person is occupying space in your mind and you're thinking about them 10, 20 times a day, right? It's a powerful thing. Now, I do want to preface this conversation tonight, y'all, and I want y'all comments down below. I want y'all to comment as we go through, right? I want to preface this by telling you that you must be very careful with the information that I'm going to share with you tonight, right? I need y'all to be very careful about this information I'm going to share with you tonight, because somebody could get hurt. Somebody could get emotionally bruised by what I'm going to share with y'all tonight, right? I'm telling you, somebody could listen. You could create a stalker. Don't think it can't happen. There's somebody stalking your page right now on Instagram and on Facebook. They looking through your photos and all that sort of thing, right? But I'm talking about this stuff that I'm going to teach and talk about tonight, that I teach my clients, right? in those instances, those women are looking for a husband. So, all is fair in love and war. and I teach the game. So right here is what I'm going to tell you exactly some of the things. I can't give it all to you, but I'm going to give you some of the things that I talked to her about, the 5 ways to make it impossible to get you off his mind. All right. What's going on, LV? Thank you so much for popping in. Appreciate you. Appreciate the love. All right, let's go. Number 1, the first way to make it impossible is to really just ask the question, what does he want? What does he want? Now, let me tell you something, you guys. Let me give you this. There's 2 things that happen with all of us, male, female. Like when you meet somebody, right? There is sexual attraction and there is non-sexual attraction. Follow me on this, y'all. There's sexual attraction. When you meet somebody and let's say you're in the grocery store and you meet somebody, you see them come walking up, you say, "Oh, I am attracted to this person," right? That's sexual attraction, right? This person, I see you, you see me. I want to get to know you, right? Specifically, really for men too. Men fall in love with their eyes, right? I saw her. She looked good. She looked like somebody I wanted to meet. Boom, you go after it, right? But the other thing, which is the non-sexual attraction, is like the other things, right? Does this person fit in my life? Is this person good for my life? Is this person somebody I want in my life? Would my mama like this person, right? That's the non-sexual attraction. It's got nothing to do with that. The sexual attraction is the non-sexual attraction, right? So the question is, what does he want outside of the initial sexual attraction? If you can listen to this, y'all. It's just like what I'm telling you is about. They do this in sales too. Say, if you can join the conversation that's going on in the person's mind, you can connect yourself to the person. All right. So the first one is, what does he want? If you can understand what a person wants, then you can make a real connection. Number 2, adding value. If you want to stay on a man's mind, right? Because I'm telling y'all, men got a lot of stuff on their mind, a lot of things going through their minds, a lot of things they did. They boom, life is moving, right? You want to stay on a man's mind? Add value. If you want to stay on a man's mind, you are going to have to add value to his life. Adding value, right? How do you add value to somebody? I often use that analogy of this person. Let's say the guy is building a trucking business, right? He wants to run trucks. He wants to build his business. He wants to be successful. Listen to this. Every man wants to be successful. I don't know one man that doesn't want to be successful. Every man wants to be successful, right? So you look at that and say, you know what? Hey, would you like for me to look up how to buy a truck? I can help you in that area. Contracts. Oh, I can help you I'll look over the contract for you, right? Adding value to that person's life. When you add value to a man's life, he will not stop thinking about you, right? Adding value to a man's life. If he's passionate about them trucks, passionate about getting trucks out there on the road, guess what? He'll be passionate about the person who helps him to be more successful. Adding value. All right. Now this one right here, this number 3, be very careful. This number 3 creates stalkers. Look, this number 3 that I'm getting ready to tell you creates stalkers. Be careful about this. The technical term for it is intermittent reinforcement. Intermittent reinforcement. I'm gonna call it for short the telephone technique, right? Intermittent reinforcement. Do you know why telemarketers keep calling you? Telemarketers keep calling you because they know eventually you will pick up. They keep calling you because they know at some point in time you're going to pick up that phone. All right. And so, intermittent reinforcement, right? When you see, when you're in a person is in your life, right? And y'all getting together, and this really happens, right? A man will get comfortable, right? A man will get comfortable with how things are. She calls at this time every day. She comes home at this time every day. She's going to want this. She's going to want that. She's going to want the other thing, right? Once a man has that routine in his mind about who you are, he can start disconnecting and start thinking that, oh, I got her. Oh, I know what she's trying to do. Right? I know where she's going. Right? And he can disconnect from you. But when a man can't figure you out, that's where the trouble happens for him, right? Can't quite figure you out. And you know what? And I've asked men too. One of the things I ask men about why they choose the woman that they choose, they often say there was something special about her. I can't quite figure her out. Listen to this, y'all. If a man can figure you out, he won't be around real long, right? So you ought to have some mystery about you. I know. Now somebody's going to say, Kel, this sounds like a bunch of game playing, right? And I'm telling you, I'd have to agree with you. Yep, it is. Why can't it just be like boy meets girl and we get along and we get married and live happily ever after? Because we live in 2021. And in 2021, there's a lot of things vying for our attention and a lot of things getting our attention. Right? Now, look, you guys, I want to hear y'all feedback on these, some of these as I'm giving them. Right? So this number 3, intermittent reinforcement, I'm calling it the telephone technique, is about not letting a person know when you're going to call. You don't know when the telemarketer is going to call, right? But they do call, and they just keep calling. They'll call at different times. They might call back to back, right? Keeping you on your toes. This technique is to keep someone on their toes, right? Just so that they don't think that they got it like that. All right, let me push on. Number 4, let him see you moving on. Number 4, listen to this, y'all. If you want to make it impossible for a man to get you off his mind, if you want to make it impossible, let him see you moving on. Now, one of the things we as men will do, we as men will say, you know what? You're gonna be right there. She's gonna be all right, right? I can go over here and do this. I can go over here and see her. I can go over here and, right? But if he gets that feeling that you are moving on, and a man can tell when you're moving on, right? There's less text messages. there's a slower response. Oh, I was busy. You busy all the time? Right? There's something that works every time, and it's called FOMO. Fear of missing out. I'm coming to y'all comments. Y'all got some good comments over there. I'm coming. FOMO works every time. Fear of missing out. A man may not want you, but he might show like he don't want you, but let you start seeing and entertaining other people. Then all of a sudden, whoa, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wants you all of a sudden, right? All of a sudden, he wants you. So let me grab something real quick. All of a sudden, he wants you. Why does he want you now? Oh, because he heard you was dating somebody else. Oh, he could tell because now you busy on Friday night. We talking about how to make it impossible to get a man, get you off his mind. He can't stop thinking about you. Number 5, feminine energy. Now, this one is something that I talk about a lot because it is the most powerful thing that a woman has in the courtship dance. The power of her femininity, right? So one of the things I talk to my client about is to sprinkle that femininity throughout your life and throughout your dealings, right? Throughout your experiences in your regular day. You go to the mail room, right? And you're at your job. You go to the mail room and there's a guy there who's working in the mail room. And you say, "Excuse me, can you give me that package up there? Can you do this for me? Can you do that for me?" Listen, men want to do something for you. Listen, y'all hear me talk about this all the time. Men want to do something for you. Let them. Men often want to do something for you. They want to show. They want to be a provider. Look, men want to provide for you who aren't even necessarily your man, right? A man, look, let me tell you something that's like kryptonite to a man. You roll up and you see a woman in the parking lot and with her hood up, right? I'm telling you, listen, all of this stuff is age old, thousands of years, right? It happened to me. I was at CVS one night, right? And the neighborhood wasn't that great. And it wasn't a bad neighborhood. It was just kind of like desolate out there. And I came out of CVS and they closed the store. Right at the time when they were closing the store. Came out and there was this lady who was putting she had her hood up. Actually, I saw her trying to start her car, and her car wasn't going to start. So I had to run into CVS. I had to hurry up, right? I said in my mind, follow me on this, y'all. I said in my mind, if that lady is still here when I get out of this store, I'm going to help her to do whatever it is she needed to do. Now, I needed to take care of my own household, so I went in CVS first. Sorry, right? I had to get what I had to get from CVS. And so I went out there and this lady was still there. At this point, she had put her hood up and she was trying to figure out why her car wouldn't start. Listen to this. There's no way I would have been able to drive off, leave this lady in a desolate parking lot by herself. I had to come and see about this woman. Now, she was an older lady, right? I had to see what I could do. Pulled my car over. She said, "Do you have any jumper cables, sir?" I said, "I sure do. And we're going to get this car started." And I could see the relaxation come upon her face and her countenance at my words. I said, we are going to get this car started, because I could tell it was the battery. And I knew I had a brand new battery, right? And put that thing on there, boom. Lock those cables on those batteries. I said, start your car. Boom, started right up, right? She felt relieved. She felt happy. I said, ma'am, go get yourself a battery at your earliest convenience, right? She said, I sure will. Thank you so much, sir. Closed the hood, boom, went about my way, right? That is the way the masculine frame is set up. The masculinity in us is set up to be a helper of someone who needs us without even a thought. And I'm telling you, there's a man who wants to help you, right? So feminine energy, spread it. Don't wait until you see the guy at the I don't know, at the supermarket, and now you're going to put on the feminine energy act. No, because now it's just an act. But I'm talking about carrying that everywhere you go, at work, at home, right? Working on that angle of advancing your feminine energy. All right. All right. Let me check out some of these questions, and then we're going to jump into the video we got here. All right. My girl Melody is in the building. What's up, Melody? Tina's here. Melanie Brunin, my girl's here. My boy Kenny. All right, here we go. Let's get some of these questions. All right. My boy Kenny said, can men bath bomb is the question. Kenny, you can do what you want to do. Can men bath bomb? Yes, you can. You can do what you want to do. Hey, Bella's here. Bella. I haven't forgotten you, Bella. Yes. Yes, my girl T. Marie is in the building. What's going on? Feminine energy is magnetic. Yes. Walk in it daily, T. Marie says. Allow men to do things for you daily. Open doors, pick up heavy packages, assist you in general. Look, I'm telling you, men around you want to help you, want to assist you. But if you are in their way and if you got everything, guess what? You got everything. All right. If you got everything, then hey, you got everything. All right. Look, I want y'all to check out this video that I'm going to put up right now. Let me check out this. Let me make sure it's make sure we good on it. Let me make sure that it's ready. And it's all right. Here we go. Check this out, you guys.
Happiness and other mixed emotions, which a man will never be able to comprehend.
Let me.
When women fall in love, they are filled with bursts of happiness and other mixed emotions, which a man will never be able to comprehend. Men, on the other hand, are a completely different ballgame. Unlike women who experience intense surges of affection as soon as they meet a guy, men experience a phase of emotions when they meet a woman. A lot of times, men are afraid they are going to scare a girl off if they make a declaration of love too soon. That being said, sometimes they don't even realize how hard they have fallen, until sometimes it's almost too late. So, here are some secret signs to look for in a man's behavior who's about to fall in love madly and deeply.
All right, hold on. Secret signs. All right, look, I'm gonna make fun of these some of these secret signs, right? But at the same time, like, we're gonna take the fish and leave the bones. I want to hear y'all responses and y'all thoughts about this. 6 stages how men fall in love. I want y'all to just check it out.
Welcome to Uber Mind. If you want to know what's going on when a guy falls in love, subscribe now. Thank you. Number one. Appreciation. Some women may fall in love during the first conversation, but sadly, in the beginning stages, men are only attracted to a woman's physical appearance. Don't be fooled by the idea of a physical appearance. Men are rather shallow when it comes to getting attracted at first sight. While women may fall in love in the first conversation, men are attracted to a woman only for her physical aspects and nothing else. Physical appearance is paramount for men, but it may not necessarily be the entire package. Each guy has his own preferences in what he likes about a woman, be it her face, her legs, her smile, or even the way she runs her hands through her hair. Number 2.
All right, let me pause there. Appearance. You guys tell me what you think of that. Appearance. Let me make it big here. So appearance. Let me hear what you guys think about that. How true is that? What she had to say? Do you think? Now, I think that it is very true. I think it's got some great points there. I think because as I stated earlier, men fall in love with their eyes first. They fall in love with what they see, what's in front of them, and so it's just kind of human nature and the way it is. But let me hear what you guys think of that. Let me hear y'all thoughts on that little piece, and then we'll push on. Crystal Gray is in the building. What's going on? Thank you so much for popping in. Let's keep it going. I'm making fun of it, but there's some truth to what's being said.
Infatuation. They try to steal second glances or get a girl's attention all the time. But it's not always a success, either because he's not trying hard enough, or because the woman's just not interested in him. The infatuation stage of how men fall in love is also the wooing stage of love for men in the dating game. A man may appreciate a lot of women, but he doesn't really get infatuated by all of them. If he appreciates a woman, and is interested in wooing her, or pursuing her, he enters into the infatuation phase. Men try to bait as many women as he can, at any given time. It's only when a girl has passed the scouting phase by accepting their small advances that a man begins to focus his attention only on her. Number 3.
All right, hold on. So, infatuation. I slightly agree with that. Men do have a phase, the infatuation phase, when they are attracted to a woman and they really want to get to know a woman. It can be some of the stuff. It can happen fast though. There's a lot of, I've been hearing a lot about these 2-week relationships, right? Man is, they really hot for each other, really connected, really want to see where this goes and all of that, and then nothing. So take this with a grain of salt. Yes, it does happen. Infatuation happens, but it's not real. Now, I want to hear from you guys. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this idea of love at first sight. Is there a such thing as love at first sight? Have you ever known of anything real that has happened in that way? Love at first sight, or is it all just infatuation? All right, let me hear y'all thoughts on that. All right, Tina Medley's in the building. She said they fall in love with what they see. It seems like some never move past your looks. Tina, I'm going to slightly disagree. There is some truth to that. A man is always continually attracted with his eyes, right? But the longer, listen to this, Tina, and this is a good clue, right? The longer a man spends time with you, the further away and in importance the looks become. Now, a man is always going to want a woman that looks good to be in his presence. That's a fact, right? Physical attraction is always important. But the more time a man spends in your presence, the less important physical attraction becomes. And it's more important about our connection. Like, do we have a great vibe? Can we laugh together? Are we on the same kind of wavelength? I think that matters more than those other things. All right. Dr. Parks is in the building. She said, don't believe in love at first sight. All right. You don't believe in love at first sight. Who else? Who else believes or don't believe in love at first sight? Let me hear y'all comments. Dr. Parks, why don't you believe in love at first sight? Love at first sight. I was walking, came into the building, into the restaurant, and our eyes met. And I knew I was going to marry that girl. Right? Anybody believe in that? I was going to spend the rest of my life with her. Love at first sight. It's probably more like lust at first sight. Right? That's cool. Let's keep it going. See if we can get some more of these in.
The chase.
The chase.
If a woman does show the slightest sign of reciprocation or interest in the guy, or even if he assumes she's into him, the guy digs deep into this stage, the attraction stage. In this stage, he decides to pursue the woman and make her like him. He will then start the chase. Sometimes those signs aren't even obvious. He just believes in himself, that the girl like him back, and as a result, he starts the chase. The chase is all about winning your attention. In this stage, a man's aim is to get you to notice him and understand that he's into you. Once this has become clear, and you have given him a shot by agreeing to go out with him, he moves into the next phase. Number 4.
All right, the chase. This is all funny, and it's very kind of, maybe. It's a strong maybe for me. Some of this. The chase. Yeah. Yeah, it's a strong maybe for me on this. I don't know. Some of this is true, right? And it's very theoretic. But there are some things that men, if a man really does want you, listen to this. If a man really does want you, let me come closer. If a man really does want you, you are going to know about it. Right? Because look, when I first got started doing these talks on dating, on relationships, I started working with, come from working with men, right? All for many years working with men, and women would ask me like, how do I know this guy wants me? Does this guy want me? Is he just trying to get me in bed? Does he see a future with me? How do I know if a guy wants a future with me? All of these kind of questions are the questions I was answering, and many of that is very still true, right? A man will show you what he is if you give it enough time. Given enough time, a man will tell you, a man will show you, you will see what a man is by his action. The scripture said, you will know a tree, you will know a fruit you will know a tree by the fruit it bears. There you go. All right. Let's keep going. Number 4. Always done with the 4 stages. Here we go.
4. Impression. This whole stage is all about making an impression on you. A man will do everything in his power to show you that he is a worthy mate. He shows off his mating potential to her. He plans dates and splurges on gifts to please the girl. He's definitely not in love, but he does want something good to come out of this stage of impressions. It's in this stage that many women that have held out until now give in to a guy's advances. Number 5.
All right, hold on.
Reaffirmation.
Hold on.
If he's able to
all right. Impressions. Let's talk about impressions. I like the idea of allowing a man to plan dates, allowing a man to display his masculinity, his ability to take charge and to take care of things. I see a lot of times that, because of fear, because of past relationship trauma, there are a lot of women that will not allow a man to be a man, right? Man says, you walking down the street, and my man says, walk on the inside. Let me walk on the outside. Or he just takes you and kind of places you on the inside, right? Should you be like, I'm a person just like you. Don't try to tell me how to walk. Don't try to tell me where to go. Right? I'm telling you, that kind of energy is oppositional energy is masculine energy. And that man will begin to be less attracted to you than he was before. It sounds corny, but it's a real thing. So if you want to stand out in the man's mind, like allow him to take care of you in that way. Right? When the man say you want to take you to a nice restaurant, let him take you to a nice restaurant. All right? You don't have to be in control of everything. But I tell you what, if you are in control of everything, you will always be in control of everything. And that is not what you want. All right, let's finish this up.
Convince the girl and make her fall in love without give in to a guy's advances.
All right, here we go.
Number five. Reaffirmation.
Reaffirmation.
If he's able to convince the girl and make her fall in love with him, he's a happy man. He likes where the dating game is heading. But until now, in his pursuit of getting the girl to like him, he's not asked himself if he really likes the girl and whether he actually wants to go out with her. Until this stage of love, getting the girl to like him was a goal he's been focused on. Once the girl is in love with him, only then does a man seriously start to make sure you guys is heading. But until now, in his pursuit of getting the girl to like him, he's not asked himself if he really likes the girl and whether he actually wants to go out with her. Until this stage of love, getting the girl to like him was a goal he's been focused on. Once the girl is in love with him, only then does a man seriously start to consider if he wants to have a relationship with the girl who now loves him. Instead of falling in love with you, in this stage, all he worries about is how to make you fall in love with him. He might even show his relationship skills, thus proving that he is, indeed, a good lifelong partner. You might have already fallen in love by this stage, but this is when he needs to see it. Number 6.
Hold on. All right, hold on. So that was interesting. That was number 5.
Doubt, until now, give in to a guy's advances. Number 5. Reaffirmation.
Reaffirmation. Reaffirmation. Interesting. It's an interesting concept. I think that there's some truth to that. It's part of a man trying to figure out if he's making the right choice. Listen, one of the things that men talk to me often about is being afraid of being tricked, right? Being afraid of getting tricked, like falling for this girl, like going through all of that, even getting married to her, and then she switch up on him, right? Now, y'all could disagree or agree, but that's one of the things that men talk to me about is having that fear that she's going to switch up on him. I often talk about a friend I knew, married this woman. I actually as his girlfriend. She was very active in his business, helped him out with his paperwork, helped him be successful, helped him do all the things he needed to do, right? As soon as he said, I do, she said, I don't, and left him somewhat high and dry in his business, right? And his business never advanced beyond that moment. And I'm telling you, other men saw it and was like, you know what? See, right? So that's one of the issues. So I there's some truth to that reaffirmation, right? A man has to know that he's making the right decision by bringing you into his life on a long-term basis. Let's try and push this along a little bit. Reaffirmation.
If he's able to convince the girl in this stage, all he worries in this stage,
here we go,
with him. He might even show his relationship skills, thus proving that he is, indeed, a good lifelong partner. You might have already fallen in love by this stage, but this is when he needs to see it.
Man needs to see it.
Number 6. The decision phase.
Decision phase.
If a man's convinced that he truly likes the girl and wants to be with her, he enters this final stage of love where he's ready to fall in love with the girl. On the other hand, if he's not really convinced that the girl is the right mate for him, he may start avoiding her or losing interest in pleasing her because of his confusion. If the decision was negative, the guy will either dump you, if you had a short relationship, or start ignoring you if it was just a fling. On the other hand, if he decided he does want to give love a try, he is now ready for it. The next 3 to 4 months will be the best stages of any relationship. He will give in to his feelings and be overwhelmed with love. You will start to see him taking care of you, acting jealous and all the other great things about love.
Great things.
Hope you enjoy the video.
All right. The decision. Now I can rock with that. I can rock with that. But see, I like the idea of a decision happening faster, right? Because some of these people that they'll hang out with you for a while. they'll spend time with you. They'll go through all the things with you, and then be like, no. I believe that you need to know what a person's intentions are a lot sooner, because ain't nobody got time for people changing up, switching up, changing their minds. They in now, they out now. No, nobody has time for that. Your time is valuable and it's worth something, and it can't be wasted on people who are not ready. All right. So you guys, let me read some of these comments. Let me see what's going on over here. Let me see what's up. All right. My girl LV said, looks, that's what draws them. It's not, look, I can't tell a lie. It's not the thing, but it is certainly one of the things that draws a man in. Because you know what? It actually tells a man how you feel about yourself. Right? My mama used to tell us, get the sleep out of your eye, because if you don't wash your face, it tells people that you don't care about yourself, and it tells people that we don't care about you, right? So how a person treats their body speaks about how they think about themselves. That's in a man's mind, whether it's true or not. Yes. All right, LV, she said, I feel some type of way when a man doesn't know or ask me to walk on the inside. Yes, it's those little cues. It's those little subtle hits, right, of protection. A man shouldn't be waiting until he gets his wife to feel like it's time to protect, right? If you don't see it in the dating phase, if you don't see it in the going out phase, you're not going to see it in the marital phase. But you should be seeing it on all levels throughout the phases. All right. All right. So I asked the question. I asked Dr. Parks why she don't believe in love at first sight. She said, because we really don't know what love like or is required of us. What love looks like or is required. There's some truth to it. But I do know some people who did get married after just knowing each other a very short time. So it could happen. Love at first sight. Saw each other across a crowded room. All right. All right. So you guys drop your comments down below. Drop your comments in the comment section. I do want you guys to really process this. Now, I've got a couple of spaces for a one-on-one consultation. I will drop it in the link. I'll drop that link in here when we get done. Or I can do you even better. I can do you even better. Let me see. Let me do you even better. Boom, there you go. If you got a question, a comment, if you like having a show idea or you need a one-on-one love coach session, hit me up. That's my email right there, and we can make it happen. I'll send you the link to book a session, and we'll make it happen from there. Yes. So let's get it going, you guys. Also, I've got the free e-course, the free mini course, Finding the One. It's at findingone.club. I love for you guys to pop over there, check that out, and check out what we got going on. So, all right, you guys, I appreciate y'all coming through. That's it for the night. Hit that subscribe button, then hit the bell so you don't miss anything. Also, hit that thumbs up button and give us some love. Show us some love as we do this work. So, all right, you guys, till next time, peace and love. Bye.